Welcome to Tech Talk. My name is Mark Lange, and I'm here with Chris Wendt, Program Manager for Microsoft's Machine Translation Service. We're here to talk about the potential for technology to overcome language barriers. Machine translation has been a dream for decades. Could you tell us a little bit where the technology is now and how much we've improved?
The application of neural networks in several areas that we work in, speech recognition and automatic translation, has really drastically improved the quality of translation and recognition that our systems can deliver today. We have last year announced that we reached human parity in translation of news from Chinese to English. That's a narrow domain, and that is a purely sentence-based evaluation that we applied there, but it is starting to be able to compete with the translation quality that humans can deliver. We applied that for the most spoken languages, and that is rolled out across the board as we speak.
And where are we going next? What are the coming milestones? What needs to be worked on?
We have the task to satisfy the translation needs of the 24 languages of the European Union. We are heavily investing into making it possible that the citizens of the European Union can communicate with each other in all the languages that are spoken here.
And what are some of the barriers to widespread adoption of language technology?
We provide a translation service, and it somehow needs to come to the people using this in an easily consumable manner. We are talking here in the same language. The air transports the audio from my mouth to your ears. I'd want to be at a stage where the technology that surrounds us is able to make the communication almost as easy as talking through the air. We consider the telephone today a communication mechanism that is very handy, very easy to use. I'd want us to be at a similar stage.
Could we communicate with each other in different languages over the telephone?
We can, yes. We have portable telephones today that offer that capability. I could place it between us and we could have a multilingual conversation. I still think we can make it easier, and we can advance on the ways how people consume automatic translation and how it is brought to their daily lives.
You mentioned the 24 official languages of the European Union, and the EU is all about the free movement of people and goods and services. How can language technology help the EU achieve its goals?
I would expect that any citizen of the European Union can move to any other country, any other language area, and keep speaking their own mother tongue. Have their children understand what the teacher in their local school is saying. Being able to sell the service or product that they manufacture to any other citizen in any other country. And this way truly remove the boundaries between the countries or where different languages are spoken.
And so, for example, a small business might be able to expand its supply chain and distribution across border more easily?
Certainly what I would expect if automatic translation is as available as the phone, and that's what we are working towards, I see no barrier to that happening. We are about removing the language barrier, making it transparent. Which language you are speaking and which language I'm speaking, it should not matter. We should be able to communicate as easily as through the telephone.
What data is currently available to train algorithms and enable machine translation to be improved?
Personal data is not needed. The translation system is trained on publicly available data and data that we produce ourselves and data that we license from other sources. We also are receiving data donation from our customers who give us explicit feedback. And I want you to do better on this type of document. And then it's fully under their control what they share with us and when they share with us and what they allow us to do with it.
So when personal documents or conversations are translated, do we keep and store the data?
No, we do not. When you issue a translation request, it is fully encrypted on the way from the customer to the translation service. At the translation service, we decrypt, translate, and re-encrypt it right away, gets sent back to the client. There's no residue, no log of what the customer translated on the server side.
And how is machine translation, the results, how are they refined and improved?
We build what we call a test set that is a human translation of a document that we either licensed or received explicitly from the customer, or that we say a news article that was published.
Could you tell us more about some of the societal impact of this technology, both good and bad? I mean, for example, what kind of applications would this technology have in education?
We get a lot of interest from the education sector in deploying our technology for accessibility. Accessibility for students who are not that fluent in the language of the teacher or who are deaf or hard of hearing. We offer technology to produce transcriptions and translations. So regardless of whether you speak the same language or a different language, you can perceive what the teacher is saying, even if you are deaf or hard of hearing.
Will machine translation take away the jobs of translators? What do you think?
That is a common fear. So far, we have not seen that. In fact, I believe that due to the widespread use of automatic translation, the need for higher quality human translation has increased. In fact, we see that the human translation business has grown over the last couple of years, and I expect that to continue, at least for a while.
At the same time, I guess the amount of translated text and speech has grown significantly beyond what humans can do themselves.
We have estimated that there are about 500 times more words translated per day by machines than by humans. And that has grown over the last couple of years, as well as that the words translated by humans have grown. So we see them both growing in unison, which is an indication of the increased communication between speakers of different languages, which I consider a good thing.
Thank you very much for joining us, Chris.